Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now. Sorry, that was
All right.
my computer.
Okay, no problem. All right. So today, what we're gonna do today, we'll be working on a listener. So we have one listener on Selenium, which is at ITestListener, and also we will be looking into our extend report, so that whenever we are working on any framework, we need to share our report to the to the client as well, right? So we'll be looking into a report as well. I know in TestNG we can have a report, but that will not be very impressive report, I would say. So we will make it more in a user friendly report and very impressive report, yes, so that we can share that report with the client. All right, so what I'm gonna do, I will share my screen with you and we'll start working on that.
Okay.
All right, here we have. All right, so okay, so what I'm gonna do, I will create one project here. So I'll just right click on here, just new project. I'll be selecting as a Maven because we will be adding some dependency there, and so that's why it's good to always go with the Maven project. So here I will say we test this, and I would say extend, both will come together actually. So that's why I'm giving this name. You can have any name here, right? I'll be having the same name to my package name, right? It will done with packaging, which is a jar file. Jar file will be generated. I will say finish. This is what my project is generating here. All right, done. Now I will come here. I will say right click over here. I'll create and same thing we'll be doing. Why I'm telling you all this, because when we'll be designing our framework, everything will be used there at the time. All right, so we'll be that's why we are completing this ITestListener. All right, so let me create one package here. So the package name I can give as a listener. Right, you can give any name. I will create one more package here where I'll be having my all the test cases, right? So it will be test cases. All right, this package, two packages done. I'll be having all my listener related thing here, and the test cases will be here. I'll create one class here. I will say listener. All right, let's do it. And before that, I will be needing some dependency, because otherwise my test engine will not work, my report will not work, and all that. So what I'm gonna do, I will just open my previous any project, okay, and I'll be adding this two dependency. First of all, the test engine dependency, and there will be another extend report dependency. You know how we can find it, right? On Maven we can go and we can find this dependency. You have to simply write the extend report there, and you will be finding this dependency. If you write the test engine, you will be getting this test engine. All right, that's very easy. If you go to Maven repository, you can find it.
What are those two dependencies? What do they do?
We will be adding two dependency, which is one is test ng, another one is for extend report, right? We want extend report on our test cases, right?
Okay.
So this two dependency you have to add there. So basically what I'm doing here is I will just dependency, and I'll be putting my all dependency here. All right, now two dependencies added here, okay, which I need for my to solve my purpose actually. All right, so this one, let me, okay. All right, now it's done. It will add dependency here. So now Maven dependency is added here, test engine is there, and I have extend report, so it's there here. So both the jar file is added to my Maven dependency. Now, because I'm not working on any web driver as of now, so I'm not adding that. Otherwise, there will be one more dependency, which is a Selenium dependency. Okay, So you have to add all that dependency, but don't worry about it. When we'll be working on framework and when we will be dealing with our web elements or drivers and all that, we will be adding one more dependency. So based on our requirement, we add the dependency here. As of now, I don't feel that we need to add it here. That's why we are not adding as of now, but we'll add everything based on our requirement. All right, my two dependencies added. Now I can use my test ng in my project. So what I will do here is I will come to my project. Okay, now if I come here, there is a one interface actually. I'll be adding here. Okay, or you can say I'll be calling that interface over here. So to all the interface here, use implement. You know what? Did you know that when we were calling our classes, we were using extend, right? Keyword there. Do you know?
Calling our classes we were using. Sorry, what was that?
I mean, to call our classes, what
Mm-hmm.
keyword we were using there at the time? Extend, right? We
Mm-hmm.
are using extends like this. Do you remember or not? Actually.
Yes, go on.
So this is for classes actually. When I'm calling a class, I will be using this one. But when I'm calling my interface, I'll be using implement. Okay, my implement and my interface name is ITestListener. So this is my interface name actually. So if I come here, if I hover on this, I'll be getting this listener under a test ng. I'll be adding, I'll import it in my class. Now, if you think about listener, what is listener? So listener is just an interface where we have all the unimplemented method. If you open this, let me open this for you. You will see the method, but there's no body under this method. Can you see any body under this method? No. Here, yeah, this is my method. There's no body inside it. Only just they have created the method name here. See, there's no body here, right? So what basically we have to do? We have to, as soon as I added here, as soon as I added this test, IT test listener interface here, it's giving me error here. What error is? Here is saying you have to add all the unimplemented method. So basically, when we saw that in IT test listener, we don't have any body for any method, we have to give the body to them. All right. So what I'm gonna do here, I will click on add unimplemented. All my method under, we are having all this method under this actually IT test listener. So we will be now giving a body to this all the methods. Okay. So here, if you go here, you will not see any body. You see, it's like on test run, on test success, all that, right? But there is no body here. So what I'm gonna do, I will just call my IT test listener and I will import all my unimplemented method here. Same method is here, and I will give the body here based on my requirement. And this IT test listener will listen to the all the conditions which is failing, passing, and all that, and based on that it will perform. If you remember, we have one things in database as well, like trigger, right? If you remember it. So trigger is just like, when you do something, changes, addition, deletion or something, it will directly trigger. Same thing will happen here. As soon as something is failing, it will trigger. So on fail, this method will be trigger. On pass, this method will be trigger. On skipped, this method will be trigger. All this, yeah, all these things will be here. So let me do something here. What I can do here is, just a minute. Just give me 1 minute only. All right. So let me do one thing. Let's have a body of all these methods. All right. So when I say on my as soon as my execution start, what it should work. So as of now, I will give just simple message to just show you that how it will work. So I'm just printing one thing here. It will say started. Once everything is done, you will get know like what I'm doing here actually. I'll take this reference here dot get name. Same thing I'll be doing for all actually. So let me do it on pass, on fail, on skipped. Okay, so I will say on first, I will say on fail should be printed, and on skipped this should be printed. Now also there is one more here. I'll be doing for that as well. So on complete, where's complete? Okay, on finish here it's completed actually. So I will say test completed. All right, and I'll be giving this context over here. All right. Okay. So what I did here, I just gave some body kind of things over here actually. Previously that method was empty. There was nothing there. There was no body in. So now what I did, I'm just printing one statement here, which is a it will start, it will print on test start, it will print on test success, it will print on test failure. All right. Let me do one thing here. Let me create one class here. Okay. So if I come and if I create one class here, let's say I will give the name of that. All right. Let's give it as a, just give it as a test suite. Right. I'm just creating one class here. So let's give it test suite. Now in test suite, what I can do is I can have multiple test cases, right? We're using like we are using a different annotation, right? In test.ng, first test, and we were giving all the conditions, yes, public, void, and let's say if it is a let me create one method is login. Okay, let's say this is my login. All right, I'll be adding this annotation. Done. Now I can give some condition here. Right, what I can do here, I can say system.out.println, and I can say uh, execution login test. All right, now I will do same thing for different. I will create a few more method. So I'll be just copying this one, and I will say, okay, I'll change it to some other name. So it's like do user registration. I'll explain you, don't worry about it. So what I'm doing here is I'm just creating a different method under a test, because we know always this test, with the I mean all the methods with which has a test annotation will run. All right. So basically I'm just creating a new methods here. So I would say here it will be customer registration. Let's say there's three method we have here, and it's, I would say, user registration. Okay, and this is a drop in this is a customer registration test. Right, now what I'll do it, I will just fail this test case. intentionally. Okay, so if I say assert dot fail, okay, let's fail it. So if I fail it, I can give any string under that, so that we will come to know, like, what is written there in this tab. So it's user test failed. Okay, and I will say, I will just copy and paste this one. And for this one, I will also say assert dot fail, and I will give the same message to this one. It will be the customer. All right, customer registration fail. Okay. Now we have two fail in past, because I didn't give any condition here, and we'll be creating one more where we'll be having a skipped one. Okay, so if I say copy this to this one, all right, there's one more condition I'm giving here, where there's one more method I'm creating here, so which is a skipped. Okay, you can give any name, it's not like that, because I'm skipping, I just want to skip it, that's why I'm giving this one actually. So here I can say, instead of this one, I can say skipped test, and to skip it, what I have to do, I have to call one exception. I have to create a one object of skip exception. So I will say throw new skip exception, and I will just print a same message, or I can say skip, something like that. Okay, I'll be adding this exception here. I will say import it. So now if you can see this, it's how many we have. So we have one method pass, method fail, and one method skipped. Okay, what I want actually, I want whenever I'll run this, whenever I'll run my this suit, my this condition should be invoked. Okay, just let's run it now. If I run it now, so if I right click on this, but it will not work. So for that we have to do one thing here. We will be coming to my, let me convert this project into test engine. So because see, we will be adding that there's one tag which is a listener on my test ng, and here there's no test ng XML is there. So I'll click next, this one. Now I have test ng here. I'll click on this. I'll come here. All right, so here I will say, and after suit, you can give any name to this suit. Okay, there's no issue. Let me see over. All right, so I will just say listener. I say listener. There's nothing coming. All right, fine. I will say listeners. All right, so this is a listener we have, and now I can give a listener here, because it will listen continuously for the things which we have written there. If you will not write here this, it will not work for you. So there's nothing for me, but I would say listener. All right, so no, it's again not coming. It's TNER. It didn't actually, but let's find listener class name, and we'll give the name of that class here, and also we'll be with this. All right, now it's coming. So what we're going to do in this, we'll be giving the listener location. So where we have listener, this one is listener for me. So this is under package. So I'll say listener is my package. So I would say here LISTNER. ENER is listener. But under that I'm having class. What is the name of class? This one. I'll be just copying the name of this class. We'll say copy this one and I'll be putting here. We have to mention, right? We have to give the location of our listener class. So we are having this package. Under this package, we are having this class. So now this work is done. So whatever class we are having under this, that will be applicable for this one actually. All right. So this is on suit level. All right. So let's say which test case I want to run. I want to run this test suit, and where this suit is here, this suit is under this test package. So test package and suit. So this is my test and this is my listener. You got it till now?
Yep.
Now what I can do here is, let's run it now. I will run this now and let's say run. Okay, so there's an exception here, so I would say this is okay. Otherwise, let me do one thing. Let me just ideally this is it's there actually, but why this error is there? Detecting an exception. Okay, there's some issue with here. So listener, I think let me copy this one. Yes, some issue coming here. So I will say, all right, let me try one more time. All right, so it seems working. Let's see the result. All right, so okay, you know what we have seen here, that in suit we have one pass. All right, let me remove this one. It's JUnit. I don't want JUnit. I want test engineer only, because when you refresh your page, it automatically add all this. Right now, I will just run again. 1 minute. So if I run now, it will work fine. All right, now we'll analyze the result. So it's saying test failed. Let's start from here. So test start from where? Do customer registration. So let me come here. So for this one, it says do customer test started, and this is the test name which I'm printing here, and this is the failed. The method is failed for me. For this one, do login. For do login, this one, it's like test started. How this test started coming? It's coming from here. We have given this test started in the method name. So test started and method name. It's coming from this class. All right. Now execution, and this is passed because there is no validation here, right? If you see this here, there's no validation we have given here. Now let's come to do user registration. So this is do user registration, and we are having a fail condition here. So let's see this. Here we have this one is starting, which is coming from here, listener. Then it's printing user registration test, which is coming from here, and we have one fail condition. It says user test. Okay, so this is printing here. Yeah, this one is there, and this is the test failed. If you see this one, let me just test failed. It's fail, and the method name is coming from this one. So as soon as something is failing, this method will be invoked. So where we have for fail, so we have this one is for fail. So what basically is saying? It's saying test failed and the method name. Test failed and this is the method name. And on skip, test started, skipped, and test is skipped and all that. And once everything is done, test completed, it will be printed, which is here in the last. If you see test completed. So what basically we are doing here is we are invoking our all the method as soon as on pass, on fail, on skipped and all that. Now why we need this? Why we need this test? I mean, why we need this listener? We need this listener so that it will continuously listen my test. Okay, and based on the fail, pass, or skipped, I can take the screenshot. I can have a good report actually. Okay, because see, if I will not know that where it's failing, how do I take the screenshot, right? If I come here, if I refresh my page now, let me refresh my project, you will be seeing one test output folder here. If you click on this, you will be seeing two report, this one and this one, right? Let me open this one now. This is the default report. I didn't do anything with this actually. This will come with the test ng. So if I open this, let's wait. Okay, so that report is opening. It says, let me, so do customer fail, do user registration fail, one skipped, and there will be one pass here. Okay, so this is how the report is actually. Okay, we are getting the exception for fail, we are getting exception for skipped, and one is pass, do login is pass for me. But this report is not that interactive. I would say this is not a user friendly report, right? We cannot share this report with the client. So now my next work is, as soon as something is failing, let's say this is failing for me, or this is failing for me, I want a screenshot of that page, and also I want a exception there. I want a good report actually, a whole and soul, I would say. Okay, so I will not share this report. I will just work on extend report. Okay, so let me go to here. Now, there are a few things which I have to do here with respect to creating an extend report. So what I'm going to do here is I'll be working on different thing actually here. So what I will say, I will just come here. So till here you're okay, right? Whenever you are running something, this IT listener will be invoked. All the method under this actually will be invoked. Okay. So now my next work is to generate a good report actually, which is shareable. So I will do one thing here. I will come here. First of all, we will make our HTML page. Make our HTML page, there will be so many attributes we have to use to make our HTML page. So here I'll be adding few classes which you have to learn actually, which you have to know by heart. So which will be public, extend HTML reporter, and you can give any reference name here. It's up to you, whatever you want to give, right? This one, I'll be adding again one more. I'll be using them actually. So it will be extend report, extend. You can give any name to this one as well. And there's another one is for all the tests, extend. So I want first for HTML report, I want for HTML, extend HTML report, then I want for extend report, and then I want for all my test cases. So I will just come here, I will import one class, I will import another one, and I will import, there's one more here. So let me see why it's not coming. So it's a HTML, okay, it's already added there. But why we are getting this issue? Let me see. Okay, so there's an issue here. It's not accepting this one because of my, I think, because of my test ng version. So let me just look into that. Be with me. So if I come here, let me see. Let me come to my this one. Sometime you will see this issue because of version. Proper version is not there. So I think last time I used something else here. So I will just change this version. Some version support, some version don't support. Okay. So I will give that. It's in latest version. So I will give this 7.3.0. Okay. Just save it. Will not change anything else. Right. let me come here. Let it done. And let's see. Let me remove this one, and I will try to do it again. It should not be. What's the issue here? Surface insert. No. What is there? And then let me see one more for report as well. Okay, let me change this as well. So it will be, I'll give this 3 dot. Okay, and I'll come here. I will again save it. Now my issue gone. There's no issue, right? I'm getting all this. Now I will import this one as well. So I will say test. Right. So, all right. So let me turn here now, and I will add this as well. All right. So, all right. So now I have 3 classes. Now I'll be dealing with these 3 classes actually. Okay. I imported that, and now I can use there all the methods. So what I'll do here. So this is my test, right? But before test, I want to create my page. Which page? My HTML page. Okay. And let me do it actually, then I'll explain you how it will work. So I want before test, I want all the things should be done before my test. Before test. Okay. So things will be triggered before my all other test actually. So it's before test. Let's say public void and set reporter. Okay, set report, because I'm setting a report here. So it's there. And you can give anything. That's not right. You have to give only set report. You can give anything. Now I will say copy paste. I will first of all say I will do my configuration for HTML page. It's not related to anything actually here. So I will just I'm making my page only as of now. So I will say new. Okay, this one, and now what I have to do? I have to give the path, right, where my report will be generated. So what I'll gonna do? I will just copy. I will just come here. I will say create one folder. So I'll be creating one folder here. So I'll say report. Okay. So report is my folder. I'll be creating it. So this is my folder. I created one folder here where I want to generate my report. So this is report. I will just say copy. I will just go and I will check the path of that. So what is the path? Path is this one. So which is this one? ITestListener extend report, which is here, this one. So instead of giving this one, I can say, okay, let me do one thing. So let me just copy this one and I can put it here. Because I have to tell this report that, where I want that report to be generated. So this is my report, and I will say this one. What is the name I can give? I can give extend HTML, because that report will be HTML, right? So I have given that. Now I'll do some configuration. So what I'll gonna do? I'll say HTML report config dot set encoding, and that will be same. This is for HTML, so always give this which I'm giving here. This is the, you don't have to change it. This value always will be here. This we use for HTML actually. Okay, so you have to just learn this by heart actually. So this value will be always coming here. You cannot change the value to 9 or 7, something like that here. Again, if I come here, config, I'm just configuring my page. Because to put something on my HTML page, I need to create my page and I have to put all attributes which is required there. Okay, so I will say set document, and I will give the title of this. So what title I can give? Let's say I can say Ananya. You can change this name. It's on your report. Software technologies, right? I can say this one report. This is report. Okay, you can give any name here. I'll show you where you will see all these things on your report. I'm just doing here, so it's like configure. Okay. And then I will say set report. Okay. What is the report name? You can give any report name. So I'm just giving automation test result. Okay. Now what I want few more things. I can add. It's not like I have to add so many things. It's up to you. If you want to add things, you can add things. If you want to add 10 things, you can add 10 things here. So it's like set name. Set not its reporter is already done. Set theme. You might have seen different themes on your mobile as well, like dark theme, light theme, and all that. So we'll be adding some theme here as well. So it will say set theme. Where's theme? This one. What theme I can say here? I can say theme dot, let's say standard. I'm having a standard theme here for my report. Now one thing is done. Now I have to take another parameter, another reference variable. So I will say copy this one. I will say this one, and I will initialize it first of all. And I will say here extend report, and that's it. Now what I will gonna do here is I will say extend report dot attach. We have to attach, right? What report you will be attaching here? This report, right? So you will say just copy and paste it here. Okay. Now you have to do one more. All right. So it will be extend dot. Now you have to put some variables here. So it says system info. You might have seen on report that all the details will be there, like who's the tester, what build it is. So all that will be putting here. Information tester. What is the name of the tester? You can give any name, ABC, something like that. Okay. Now we have to come here. Again, we are putting one more thing here. So set info. I'll say organization. Which organization you are working for? You can say okay, Indian Rotor Technology. Okay, so let me just do one thing here. So it will be here, and you will be coming here. So you'll say organization. This is your organization. All right. So this is your organization. Now again, if I put some more, it's up to you. You can put many number of inputs here. So like, what is the build number? So let's say what's the build you are working on. So build number, and say any build number here. ABC 123. Here's the build number. Now I'm done with this. So my report, I did all the configuration here. Now what I have to do here? So I will come to my test. So this is my test. After after my before test, my this test will be run. Okay. So I will come here. What I'll say here is I'll come here. I will say there's one more reference variable we have, which is a test. You see here for the test one. Let me come here. It's this one, extend test. I'll be using that here for every test. Okay, where I want this report. I want that things in my report. So I will say test. Now I will say extend dot create test, and I will give the name of test. I can say this is for my login, right? So I can see this, anything you can give here. This is for my login, because see, this is for do login. I can give do login or anything, right? Related to that. Okay, one is done. I will just copy and paste for my all the test where I want this actually. So I want this for my another as well. So I'll be saying here, testing here, and this is for my user test. That's for user test. Okay, and then I'll be copying this one, pasting here. I'll say this is for my customer. So I can say because I want all this tests should be under my report. That's why I'm doing all this. So I'm creating a test for that customer and test. Now if I come here, I'll be saying here as for script as well. So it will be for my script test. Right. So I call all my test here for that. I mean I call my all the test for that HTML page. Okay. So now everything is crawling. But I have to tell something to my script that what they will do, how they will work. So after test, there will be two more tests I'll be creating, more method I'll be creating here. One will be after all my test is done, or I can say I think all method will done. All right. So once everything is done, all my test which is here. Once everything is done, what I have to do? So I have to. This is all right. Let me just public void, and it will be here down. You can give any name. There's no. Ideally, we give this kind of name actually, so that we just know like okay, this is for ending after ending. So I'll be just adding this one. Okay. Now we have to tell our script that on which basis they will invoke. Okay. So what I'm gonna do here is I'll just come here to this one. I will just take the reference of this one here. I'll just copy and paste, and I will come here and I will put it here as a parameter. So this one. Okay. Now, what my work is, I will say if result dot get status this one equal to IT test failure. What I can say when this is fail, when status of fail of this method, when my status is fail, just listen. Okay, so when my this method is failing equal to this fail, then we have to write some code here. Okay, else if give the condition here, don't worry, this is I'm having blank as of now. So I just copy in this paste here. I this test equal to so that first will failure, then equal to success, then I'll be giving some other condition here under this. It will come under my bracket, so I'll be putting here. Now else if my test is skipped, what I'll do, so I will give all three condition which is possible condition for me actually. So instead of this one, we'll say skip. Okay, so these three things I'll be doing here, and now I have to write some code here. So on pass, on fail, on skip, what I will do. So what I'll do here, I have to tell my script, right? Without otherwise your script will not know like what to do. So for that, all right. So for that, what we're gonna do, I will create one variable, local variable here, string, and the name I can give as a method. So see, I want a method name as well for my test. It will be easy for me to just check okay on which method is failing. I will say method name result dot get method dot get method in method name. So this will give me a method name. Okay. Which method name? All this method's name actually. So how I can use it? Before that, I want things. I want to show, like, when you have a report, what you do actually, you do for raid, you mark for failure. You just use green color for pass. You just use some orange color or some different color for skipped test cases. So I will just mark. I will just use one more class here, which is a markup class. So I will say mark. Okay, it will be markup class. I will create one reference of that, and I will say, okay, let me add this before we proceed. So it will be markup. It will be markup dot helper. Okay. Now I'll create a label. Because see, I have to create label to just show on the report. Even if you will not do it, it's okay, but it will not give you different color for different failure and all that. Okay. So if I say here, it will be test failed, and I will just give the simple name. Which name I can give here? Method name. What is the method name? This one is the method name. I will just say method name. Color I want for failure, I can say extend color. What I want red for my or failure, I can do it for failure. That's it. And I will say test dot fail in markup, because see, I created m here. So all for fail, it will come in this one. Now I will just copy and paste this one, and I will put it here for this, and I'll put it here for this one as well. And this is a one-time activity. You don't have to do it again and again. It will run for all your suite. I will just change it to, for all my pass, the color should change to green. Green. For all my skip, I just want my color to be some yellow. Let's say you can give any color. I'm just giving yellow. It's not like that. So I just created my report. I have given my all the condition that on based on different failure, pass or skip, that different color, different label will be there. And I'll be doing one more thing here. So once you are done with, you are, let's say you have something and you are done with that, you garbage it, right? So for that garbaging, we use one more method here, which is a you can say flush. So I can say after test, after my all test is done, I will flush my created one object, which is a extend. So let's say public void, my report is end, and I can say flush. I can say extend dot flush. I will flush my report. I don't want that report now anymore. I will just add this here, and all is done. Let's see what's the issue here. All right, so I can say end report. Why it's giving me error? Let me just come here. All is done here. This is my method. Okay, so what I do here is, let me put it here actually. So after build, there will be a confusion. All right. All right. So my all the thing is done. Let's do one thing. Let's run it actually. We have everything here. I want to run this class, which is this one. Okay, I will run this now. So it's running, and all my test cases run. How many test cases we have? 4 test cases. One is pass, 2 fail, and 2 skip. We know that, right? Now I will refresh my page here. I will say refresh. Something is generated here, the report, which I have given the path here. If you see this one, we have given this path, and this report is generated HTML. It's there now. Okay, and we'll see all these attributes under that report, because see, we added it actually. Okay, and we'll also see the label as well, this label. Okay, because we created this one. So let's open this now. So we will share this report, not the report which we saw previously. So we'll just open this. If you say audit, and this is your report now. So
Okay.
yeah, this is your report, but there's some issue here. We'll check that out. It's not showing as a pass.
I
Everything
was
is,
gonna say where's the past?
it's
And
saying
where's
for,
the
it's saying all for fail actually. We'll look into that, but the report will be like this actually.
Okay.
Okay, so this is more friendly, user friendly actually. They can see. So let me just see why this is happening. It should not be like that. It should be, oh, okay, it's saying fail, fail, fail. It not fail, fail, fail. It will be passed. Pass, and then we will be giving as a pass, and it will be skipped, and then it will be skipped. All right, all is done now. We'll try again, and my all the test case is done. I will refresh my page, and I will say refresh. Let me open this now. Let me try to open this now. See, my one is skip, one is pass, two is fail. Now this is the report which I'll share. I will come here, I will say this is my one fail, and it's written here the name of method. That's why we use their method name. So method name will be there. And also what we're going to do in our framework, will be attaching a screenshot for all my fail tests here. I didn't attach as of now, so I'll attach. It will say this is for skip, this is for fail, this is for pass. I can also search, I can filter something here, I can look for my dashboard. This is my dashboard. Okay, so everything is there now, and this looks very fine. Also I can do one thing here, in also add one more thing here, which is a, instead of, I don't want that light version, right? I want dark, so I can have it to, let's run it. And this is one time activity. You don't have to do it, for all the tests you have under that. Okay, so I will just come here, I will just refresh it. I will just open this now, and this is the report. Now we have dark theme here, and we have everything very good. So we mentioned test result. If you come here, and if you see this one, we are having automation test result. It's coming there. Okay, you have customer test, which is let me see, so customer test, which is printing this one actually. Yeah, this one is printing test, just printing for user test, and this is for login test. Already there. Skipped, have orange, yellow color. This one, yellow color, it's there. So we are giving a label to that. All right. And so what we did actually before we generated, and also we have a report which is generated for today. So whatever we did here, so we did configuration first of all. We make, and you want to see this one, it will be there as well. Let me just go to any report. Let me see where you can find this actually. Yes, here. ABC, so technology, build this one. It's up to you. You can have many things actually here. That's your choice. It will tell you all the test, start, end, the time taken, everything is here. So this report looks very nice actually, right? So you will be sharing this report to your client. That's why we said all this property. There's nothing to do with that testing. Even if you have less few number of inputs or attributes here, you can have it. That's not a problem. Then it will be less attributes you will see here. Okay, so this is how you can generate the report, and you can see the difference between the previous report and this one. It's very good now, right? So we will be using this one. All right, any question on this?
No, that's good.
No, good.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so we'll be adding a screenshot as well. Let's say this is failing for me, I will add a screenshot for this one as well. but we are not dealing with the driver. That's why I didn't attach any screenshot as of now here, but we'll be attaching a screenshot as well here, so that you can see, okay, this is the page where we are failing. Okay, we'll do it actually on framework. Only just we have to copy and paste one method there, and it will work for you. I mean, like for all the failure page. Okay, but yeah,
And,
I will just share this on GitHub, and I will share the GitHub location with you, so that you can try it your own as well.
okay, good.
All right.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Okay, then great. Okay, then let's meet, yeah, in another session, and then we'll work on framework as well. All right.
Okay. And on framework, you'll show me how to attach the picture.
Yes, I will do that.
Right.
All right.
Okay, that's brilliant. All
Okay,
right.
great.
Thanks.
Okay,
Bye.
then bye bye. Yeah.